And coming up next, our main event, a matchup for the UFC middleweight division title. All right, so here he is, the former two-division UFC champion, George "Rush" St-Pierre. He's the most prolific takedown artist on paper in UFC history. Despite not having any amateur wrestling chops to speak of, this is a man who, at least in my mind, turned the MMA takedown into a thing of beauty.
Yes, he did. He made it all look so smooth and so great. But it was the striking of George St-Pierre that was so good that made you have to be on awareness the whole time. So as the hands flew up, George St-Pierre had the timing that was unmatched at the time in mixed martial arts. One of the first guys that was truly able to do everything. Before we had specialists, and then we had George St-Pierre. He truly changed the game.
So here's the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world making the walk, looking to defend his title. It is certainly something that he's been able to do in the past. He has been challenged on this title run. It's not as though he has run roughshod through this division, but they're all still chasing him at 185 pounds tonight. At least on paper, could be his most difficult challenge to date. And now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. 4 years, the difference in age between these two fighters. Some differences in height and reach as well. And once again, here is the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 26 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, presenting the challenger, George "Rush" St-Pierre. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 7 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 184 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Pereira!
All right, this is for the championship. You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
Ready. Ready to fight.
All right, so here we go with the start of round 1. I can tell how excited you are for this matchup. Seems to be striking advantage on one side, but maybe not.
This is a big-time fight. It feels like a big moment for both of these guys' careers. Who is going to be able to implement their game plan the best in this matchup between these two big-time athletes? Big punch lands through the middle.
Just out of range with that left hook.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? All right, he engages in the single collar tie.
Oh, big elbow.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue.
Right hand punch from the clinch. Look at the control of the posture as they land that knee.
Couple of chins here being tested early. Oh, collar tie.
Wow, actually got the takedown.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Good work from the top here by GSP. Oh, how about the speed on that reversal there? I mean, I know you can get out of some bad spots, but not with that type of speed.
You cannot allow him to get leverage on the bottom. What a sweep.
All right, so he's sort of turtled up here. Not great body language. Perhaps he's trying to bait him in a little bit.
This is the choke that your uncle used to do to you when you were a little kid because you didn't have the power to get out of.
This might just be a matter of time. All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent, you got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by George St-Pierre. I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by St-Pierre.
Oh, right to the mount.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the round. Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need a controlled posture on the bottom, and if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and rain down big strikes on your opponent.
Lands with the ground and pound here. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound.
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter. Very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud.
Now into his mount.
Back mount now. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by George St-Pierre. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining. He's got his chin in, but now it's starting to slip under the neck. Oh, wow, oh!
Oh, we're getting a finish here. And this might just be a matter of time. Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. And that will do it.
He's done, he's done. What a fight.
Right, I mean, how do you not admire the focus of this young fighter? You can tell he was looking for that submission much earlier in the round, but he didn't want to rush it. He stayed patient, let the setup do its thing, and ultimately the submission materializes organically late in the round. High-level stuff out of that young fighter here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
Just watch how slowly he approaches the submission, though. He never rushes. He takes his time, but it's his trickiness. It's his ability to trick people into going to the floor with him that puts them in danger and finishing fights.
All right, so there's the man they're all chasing at 185 pounds, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, and the celebration is on after the big submission win here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest, declaring the winner by tap out, George St-Pierre!
All right, well, the next time he fights, it'll be black trunks with gold trim. Congrats to the new UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Championship colors will be worn by this young man the next time he walks into the octagon. He came in there with a game plan, stuck to it, and got the job done. Congrats to the new UFC middleweight champion.